Alright guys, welcome back. So, um, getting to work on the Flaperons here. So, based on their setup, they had these Sullivan, I say Sullivan, but they're probably a fake version because these are metric, and Sullivan doesn't make metric that I'm aware of. But it's their typical rods with their little knurl nuts, lock nuts, and so it looks like there's about 2-inch long rods. I thought about using it. These holes were too small, so I drilled them to the exact fit of that. And yeah, it would work, but I know how these things are, and typically nothing lines up perfect. So then they're off and they bind and they're a pain in the ass. So I opted to do my typical these Hanger 9 ProLink rods with Dubro heavy duty 440 rods. I use these in everything, man. Every time I can find them, or a bag of these Dubro heavy duty balls, ball ends, I buy them. They also used their typical for these L brackets. So there's 4 L brackets. These are the L brackets I mentioned before that don't have the recessed drilling in them. These are just flush, because what you have in here, you have 4 blind nuts that these are gonna screw in and be held in with. I did ditch their short hardware because I want to put a lock nut on the back of this, because these are beefy, extremely high torque servos, and that's one. It's a flap and it's an aileron, and it's a big heavy jet, so I wanted to make it secure. And I'm about to sneeze, excuse me. Excuse me. So I wanted to put some lock nuts on the back side of this just to help hold these servos. What I like about these, they're metal, so they're real strong. You don't have to worry about them breaking. And then they've got these. They look to have been double-sided, but they cut off and just grinded flat the piece that goes onto the metal shaft inside with a set screw. Looks like a 3mm set screw. So that's what I'm going to use, and I'm going to use my typical heavy duty servo arm. And I'm gonna, if I need to, I have space in here to go down and drill like a smaller hole, which would get me down to about, let's see here, let's do 0 inches. Let's go. I could probably go down to about just a 1/2 inch. Yeah, if I wanted to. But I'm gonna go with this inner hole, and because I don't want to turn down the resolution on these that much, and I don't know exactly how much I'm gonna need. I mean, usually aileron on these things is maybe 15mm, but because it is so close into the fuselage, it might need more, which is what I'm hoping for. And then of course, however much you need for a flap. So this will be my first Flaperon setup to do. But yeah, and I used a 12mm. I bought a bunch of these. My local hobby shop has these bundles of 3mm. They have the normal head, the button head. They have them in the black and then in the silver. And I've bought like a bunch of these, man. You can't ever have enough of that stuff. So I am using their washers, because the washers are bigger than what comes with these. So that's all I'm doing. And the servo goes in like this. So the actual arm would be like this, which is right here. The servo is kind of, sorry if you can't see that, the servo is kind of back here, so it goes back that way. This is angled, so your servo is kind of at an angle too. So when it's installed, it's like this. So, and the way they have it, essentially And what I'm planning to do is turn it this way if I can, which, let's see, which you can't. Oh wait, hold on, let me see here. Yes, you can't. Okay, so this will go against this, so, and you push it all the way to where it hits the metal piece here. So this arm keeps it from going this way any further, and then the bend, I'm guessing, keeps it from going back that way. So I'll probably kind of, ooh, yeah, that's really sharp. So I'm probably going to take this back corner off a little bit. That way, well, no, I don't want to do that because then that would allow it to go in further. So, yeah. Yeah, that's the only thing I don't like about this. I wish they let you put like a collar, which I could, honestly. Yeah, I could probably put a, no, because this, I don't know, I'll have to see. Put like a wheel collar or something on there to keep it from going that way. Because honestly, what keeps it from pushing in and working itself out of the groove other than that channel, and that's going to wear down over time, so we'll see. But that's it. So let's start assembling some of this. This is the boring stuff. You know what? I'm not even going to use, yeah, I'll use a little Loctite, even though I'm going to put lock nuts on here. I'm just going to put it in the holes, not the shaft or on the screw. So, yep, do this real quick, and then will be one of those go workout days. I'm actually kind of got lax this summer. Didn't really work out at all this summer so far, and I can feel it. So I am gonna go exercise after I get these done. And you can actually put the screws in, get them started, because with these servos, it has such beefy mounting that these things just slide right in. See, bam. But yeah, I'm gonna go work out for about an hour or so. Then I'll come back, and it'll probably be dinner time at that point. And I'll do dinner and then come back out here and get these actually installed. I think after thinking about it, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and glue those wingtip rails on, and I'm holding these flat and flush against the servo, but yeah, I think I'm just going to glue the wingtip ones on, because like I said, if I hit that wingtip and break that rail, then it's going to break some other things. So that's the least of my worries. And like I said, I can always cut it off, fix it, get another one if I need it. It's not a huge deal. I just was thinking about it, you know, having to mod the wingtip to get to make it like where you could remove it and make it actually strong enough to support one of those missiles would be a little bit of an undertaking. Not that it would be impossible, but it just would add more weight, and the first time it hits, it's still going to break all that stuff. So unless you made it where it popped off, but that's just not doable. That wingtip is so thin, you would have to use, you know, some people talk about using plastic bolts so they break off. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. That stuff would snap and tear everything under the sun off. So I'm just gonna glue it on. I'm never gonna take it off, and I don't have any wing bags for it. I'm not a wing bag kind of guy, you know. If it doesn't, oh, that's the wrong screw. Or no, lock nuts. If it doesn't come with them, I typically don't get them. Like the F-15, it come with some. I guess I don't know if he bought them or what, but it come with some wing bags. Oh, is that one not gonna work? Oh, dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. All right, so I'm gonna have to back this one out and hold it. Poop. Well, let's go ahead and get these on. But the rest of the stuff will be removable, so that's good. Still don't know what gear ratio that everybody's using on the speed brake for the electronics linear actuator. Nobody's replied to that. So if you know, let me know. If you know somebody's got one, phone a friend. Like I said, I mean, I can go experiment, but I'd rather not. I've thought about just using the regular air piston, just because it won't require any kind of modding and remounting. Because I think you have to make a different mount for the electronics versus the air cylinder, and then you have to split the tanks a little bit to give it room to get the right geometry, from what I was told. So that just, I don't know, I'm just kind of not into redoing a lot of stuff these days. I think that's that motivation problem. But then again, it goes back to longevity, and I don't know how the air one actually works. So if it actually will open under a load or under a flight while you're flying anyways, I should say, versus, you know, staying closed, and then once you slow down to a point, it will then do its thing. Little pliers here. I did decide that I'm just going to glue that center rail on in the middle. So just two. All right, I got to get a different set of pliers. I got to find them. So anyways, you guys get the gist of it. I'm not going to sit here and bore you with this, but bolt, washer, lock nut if you want it, and I'm going to get this other one together and get these powered up and centered and get these on. Typically these are a metric hole at the end, so, and these are not, these are like a 440 here, and it's almost there, and a lot of times I can just run it through and it will tap this aluminum, but I try not to do that. I usually just drill the hole a little bit bigger and then run this through, and it'll kind of put threads in there for me. So, but it also has a lock nut on the back of it, so I can drill it completely out if I wanted to. So, but yeah, and it's hard to see. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but right there, right back there, there is a 1, 2, 3, 4 over that little circle, and that's where the servo goes. So it's odd that they have cutouts too, for a servo arm, which makes me wonder if it's designed to mount the servo on the other side and have the arm come down through there and work that. Versus mounting it here. Yeah, I know their little picture book shows it mounted there, and the lock nuts are on the other side, so I guess that's, or maybe they just cut that out to save weight. Who knows? Yeah, it's gonna mount on here on this side, so because of the blind nuts. Unless they don't even know their own stuff, which wouldn't shock me. Oh, look at that. No glue right there holding this bulkhead to that bulkhead. like it has there. Good Lord, like no, well, that's interlocking too, so okay, all right. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna finish these servos, putting them all together, getting them centered, and then I will work on getting them installed. So you guys take it easy, and I will talk to you later. Catch you on the flip side.